Welcome back to the second cipher of the day. Let's kind of stretch it out. So doing pretty good with the CFP thing. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a paragraph, right? So I'm just trying to hit all like the main points and keep it concise. So that is what I'm working on. I'm just going through some documentation stuff to kind of make sure that I am actually talking about the things that I'm supposed to be talking about and stuff. So yeah. So for this break session, by the way, I hope you're doing well and getting stuff done. So yeah, I kind of wanted this to. So this thing just came out. Let me hold on. Let me. I'm going to share my screen and add the link to the list of links. I don't think there's audio, but I'll add it just in case. So it has a pretty cool animation here. Hold on, let me check this out. Nice. And that's just like an SVG animation. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so the state of JS for 2021 came out. And so I guess a way to kind of like explain it is it's like a survey. If you haven't heard it before, it's like a survey where people answer questions and they kind of put all that data together and get some like highlights and insights from the data. Now, the insights and the highlights are only going to be as good as like the info that is put into it. You know what I mean? And so if only like a certain like sect of people actually, take the time out to answer it, then it's going to be kind of skewed just for those people who took the time to do it. So it may not be representation of like the wider set because maybe a bunch of people didn't have time or didn't care enough to do it. You know what I mean? So take whatever it is here at face value for what it's worth. I like to kind of check it out because I like to see what tools there are that I may not have heard of before. And so I can kind of like look into it and see if they kind of fit in like where I'm trying to go. You know what I mean? And so that's just kind of, it's not necessarily because I care like other people know about it or are excited about it. You know what I mean? I just want to see if it fits in with what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I like going through it. So shouts to everybody that puts in the work to, put it all together. And shouts to the folks who actually like took the survey. And because we haven't done it in a minute, but ODevs, Orlando developers, like we did like a salary survey and a bunch of different informations for like the Orlando area. And again, it's only as good as the survey can only be as good as the data, and the data comes from the people. And so if we don't have like a lot of people across like the whole broad spectrum, then it's kind of like, again, it's just based on whatever. So yes, it's based on that data. So let's check it out. So and it looks like they're also doing a special survey, which is pretty dope. So let me see. So they're doing a live stream to talk about the results. So you can check that out as well. And then you can, I guess, and then you can also, talk about, in the chat and stuff. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, they're talking about, so it's happening Tuesday, February 22nd at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. So, all right, cool. Now, this. So this is where we are now. All right, cool. So there's that. And it says a lot happened in 2021. So much, in fact, that the survey was pushed all the way back to 2022. So between a slew of faster build tools and a new crop of back-end frameworks, the JavaScript world kept evolving, which is true. Which is kind of like how I like to see stuff like this, to where I can be like, oh, Okay, I never saw that before. I never heard of that kind of thing, and just do a little bit more research into it. Um, do, 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 do. Oh, so yeah, so then, okay, what? Okay, it's a long sentence. And we did our best to keep up, giving this survey a couple of new power ups. You can read about it here, such as new question types, the ability to cross reference two data points, such as yearly salaries by experience level, and even a way to customize the charts to surface your own insights. And you can read more about it there. I guess they had like a data leak or something. They said, but it didn't seem to have any bad consequences. Okay. And they're trying to make the survey more inclusive, more accessible, and more fair. So again, the data is only as good as the people who supply it. You know what I'm saying? The survey can only be good as the data that the people supply. Oh, and they say here also, still, even though the survey can ever only represent a tiny, tiny part of the JavaScript ecosystem, we hope you'll find the resulting data interesting. So let's check it out. And so I believe they have like a T-shirt. So that's cool. So if you want to support, you can do that. Now the demographics, like I said, who actually took the survey, as you can see, a lot of folks from the US, 14%, and that's 2,243 respondents. And you see from like Russia, China, nice. Wow, all of that Russia, 4.5. Here, 14, 10% more. Interesting. And so it's kind of cool. And it's kind of, seeing Africa, some parts of Africa, not have anybody respond kind of hurts. But see, like one person from the Democratic Republic of Congo, 2 people from Angola. So, 19 from Kenya. Very nice. Shout out to Kenya representing. So, yeah, it's pretty dope. I wonder how Nigeria, Nigeria, 31. Nigeria representing. Nice, nice. Cool. All right. So shouts to, so that's cool. I mean, you're getting people from all over the place. Okay. So neither here nor there. All right. My bad. Okay. It's just kind of cool to see like JavaScript all over the world. You know what I mean? Like these people are practicing JavaScript all over. It's amazing. Wait a minute. Okay. Antarctica, one person, really? Really? One person in Antarctica? For real? Is that what we're saying here? Okay. Wait, hold on. In Norway, 137 people. Okay. I see you, Norway. But I don't know about that Antarctica, though. Okay, neither here nor there. Sorry. All right. So English is like the predominant one, 70.1%. Oh, by the way, it was so okay. So they had 11,761 question respondents. But I guess only 73.2 like actually completed it, the survey. So I guess people like didn't answer some questions or just stopped. So okay. Cool. So again, so this is pretty cool. Like, what does this do? Edit, customize. Oh, you can customize the data. Look at that using GraphQL. That's pretty cool. Nice. Well, okay, yeah, neither here nor there. So English is the dominant language spoken by the folks who filled out the survey. But I wonder if that means like people who speak English as like a second language as well. So that could probably, into that as well. Like for example, a person who speaks Spanish could also speak English, and vice versa. So I wonder if there was an option to choose like multi-language. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Japanese, Korean, Polish, Italian, Dutch, 0.4%. Okay. Yeah, for example, Russian, 5%. Okay, like 4.5% of the people were from Russia. So maybe that extra 0.5% are people like who speak English and Russian. Maybe that's where that came from. I don't know. I'm just thinking. That's pretty cool though. Okay. I always wondered how like people, because when you're coding, like it's let, you know what I mean, and const. You can't put your language like equivalent in there and then for it to understand. You know what I mean? Like so shouts to everybody that like speaks another language and is coding because that's amazing. Sometimes like on Twitch, I'll just like look at other people speaking other languages and coding, and I'm like, oh, that is amazing. You know what I mean? Like that takes a lot of work. And so, all right, and then the age we're looking at less than 10 years old is like 0.1%, but the majority being between 24 and 34. All right, and then you got a bunch of people who didn't answer. Cool. What I also noticed is that they have this thing here, so you can sponsor that chart. So if you wanted to have, let me see, do they have one up here? No, not here. Well, you can see, you'll be able to see a future chart where it has that filled in. So somebody actually like sponsored the chart. Then we got years of experience. So a lot of people are like between 5 to 10, but then a lot of people didn't answer. So, all right. Yeah, like you can see, it says like 76.5% completion, whereas yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So like with the map, so some people didn't put where they were. So yeah, so only 73.2% actually answer that question. Okay, I'm saying it's not like the overall. Okay, cool. Oh, so like right here, years of experience. So you see like this person donated money to sponsor that chart. So cool, looks good. I mean, yeah, this is like pretty good curve. I mean, that's kind of like to be expected a little bit. And then the company size. A lot of people didn't answer. Okay. Hmm. So we got a lot of big companies. All right. At least the people who answered. So the people who answered, a lot of them work in large companies. Um, then we have the degrees and stuff. Cool. Yearly salary. Cool. How did people? That's another thing. How did people who responded find out about it? Twitter. So yeah, it's amazing. LinkedIn's here. So yeah, Telegram, Facebook, DuckDuckGo browser. Interesting. Work. That's funny. Yeah, and then you can see a bunch like some of the communities were like trying to, get some folks like Angular Ionic community. Google. I wonder if they Googled or if it was like somebody from Google. But probably like the search engine Google, not like somebody that's working at Google. And then their actual website, pretty cool. Discord. All right. And so, yeah, so this data is a mix of self reported answers, referrer data, and URL tracking data. Okay. And then the gender. So you can see a lot of the people who responded were males. Cool. And then a lot of white males. So again, take for what it is. You know what I mean? All right. Features. So I like all the data visualization stuff. It's kind of amazing. Like all that stuff is pretty cool. Okay, neither here nor there. Let's talk about like libraries. This is just so yeah, front end frameworks. All right. So satisfaction. So the people that are satisfied with things. So this one I've seen it, but I have not like done anything with it before. Like solid JS. It's funny because at work, our community Slack channel, someone asked a question about how to do something. And luckily I had like an example of doing that thing. And they mentioned that they're using solid JS. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And it looked from the code that I saw from them, it looked pretty close to like just regular JavaScript because my solution was vanilla JavaScript, and they were able to just like almost just copy and paste it and get it working. So I was like, that's pretty cool. And Svelte, Svelte is one that I'm for me and the way I think and program. Svelte has fit the best for me. You know what I mean? Like I've done Angular, Vue a little bit, and some React. Like my last job, we did a bunch of Angular. You know what I mean? Not JS, but Angular. And then in the coding boot camp, we did React, and I've done a couple of things in React. Nothing like huge projects in React, but I've done some React. That's what we learned in the boot camp. And Vue, I've looked at when I was doing the blog posts for web components. And I like them all, but something about Svelte just felt like I didn't have to like look up. It just made sense to me. Like it just clicked. So shouts to that. Alpine JS is another one I've heard. Now Lit. So I use Lit for web components and stuff. So Preact I've heard about. Stimulus I have not heard about. There goes Angular and Ember. Okay. There was a here in Orlando, there was like one main place that was always using Ember. I wonder if they're still using Ember as their framework to build applications. Technology with less than 10% awareness weren't included. Each ratio is defined as follows. So then satisfaction. Oh, wait. So hold on. Okay, so this is satisfaction. Cool. Let's take a look at interest. Okay, the interest in Svelte has jumped up. Okay. I like how it moves. That's just like when you choose stuff. That's pretty cool. And then you can see, yep, React. Like just pretty much stayed at the top the whole time. Cool. And then same thing with Angular. And then awareness. Okay, so pretty much everybody knew about like Angular and React. Interesting. Interesting. And then Svelte has a big jump. That's not bad. 7%. Pretty cool. And so, yeah, so you see like Vue is 1% more than normal. And again, this is just the people who responded. You know what I mean? But it's kind of cool to see. Like I've never. Oh, I guess Solid JS is like new, so that's why there's like no other previous one. I like how like when you hover, that's pretty cool too. Reminds me like of like transit maps. You know what I mean? So all right, and then Stimulus is another one I have not checked out, and then Lit. So yeah, so there's quite a few that are like new, so that's cool. And they're all gaining like in awareness, which is pretty cool. Good to see. People are like learning more and more about stuff. Very nice. Cool. They talk about how they got to their results. Cannot read these at all. What is that about? I have no clue how to use these type of things. So, okay. So, I can't see it. Move over. Okay. So like for example, React, 0.2% never heard of them. 10% not interested. 9% interested. So that okay. Would use again 66.9%. Would not use 13.11%. Interesting. Interesting. I guess that changes over time. Yeah, so it changes over time. That's cool. So, oh wait, so did the React of the people who responded looks like would use again went down slightly by 4%. Interesting. What about Svelte? I'm the one I use Svelte. Would use again 6.9, went up to 13, it doubled to 17%. So it's increasing. That's pretty cool. And the never heard has gone down quite a bit. Cool. Not interested. Gone down a little bit. It's still up there. It's kind of consistent a little bit. Interested 50%. Cool. Would not use again. It was 1%, 1.7%, 2%. So that actually went up. Interesting. It's pretty cool. So yeah, data. All right. Lit. What how Lit's doing? Okay. So yeah, so a lot of people still have never heard of Lit. All right. Cool. Other tools. See, I use Astro. That's what I currently use. A mix of like Astro and Svelte together to make projects. I actually demoed my latest project in the first cipher, so you can check that out. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, it's SvelteKit. So this person, Lee Robinson, SvelteKit is a fresh take on building for the web and has incredibly passionate, growing community supporters. So yeah, so I'm a fan of Sapper, which was like SvelteKit's predecessor. So SvelteKit is coming out, but it's not fully fresh baked out of the oven, ready for like consumption yet. So, uh, so I kept my Sapper projects. I eventually want to check out SvelteKit, but till then, I just been kind of using like Astro and Svelte together. So for me, it's a lot easier because I don't have to have necessarily a server, because with Sapper, I had to have a server to run all the requests through, right? But with Astro, it compiles everything to like pretty much HTML, CSS, and then some of the JavaScript that I need. And so like I pass in parameters and I do a bunch of stuff to kind of make it work. And for me, it works, and I'm able to get stuff up and running pretty quickly. So, and then so a lot of people the respondents are happy with frameworks, front end frameworks, I guess in general. Yeah, I can say I'm pretty good about it. I like it. And then you have some more resources and stuff. And let's take a quick look at backend, and then you can always check out the rest of the stuff, testing, mobile. But let's see here. So Express. So Express has been around the longest, it looks like. Interesting. And the second one is Next.js. Okay. It's amazing. It almost seems like Express has been around for like a long time, but it's only been like 5 years. Interesting. So yeah, Express. So the satisfaction has actually gone down, looks like. Whereas in Next.js is kind of like holding steady. Astro, let's take a look at Astro. See, this is why I use Astro, and it's like 91%. Yeah, I'm happy with Astro as well. And again, this is just the people who submitted. And I've heard of Redwood 11T. Cool. Remix, I think I've heard of. Oh, yeah, it's a newer one. So, yeah. Cool. And then here's SvelteKit, 96%. And it's brand new. So, if you can kind of check, it's almost like brand new stuff, like ranked very high because it's still like the honeymoon phase, I guess. And then it's when you have like time where it kind of like drops. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. So I'm gonna get y'all back to work. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to take a look at it. It's fascinating. Like Fastify, I've recently heard about, I think, also that came across my whole thing. So pretty cool. Like stuff like this. And Blitz.js is another thing I've been kind of like hearing about. So it's kind of cool just to see like stuff here and like, oh, I've heard of that. Maybe I'll check it out more. Just kind of like, oh, I saw it again. And Vite, that's pretty cool too. That's like a new one. Interesting. And then here's Deno, Koa. Pretty cool. All right, cool. Yeah, my bad. Let me get y'all back to work. I don't know. I just kind of find this stuff interesting, just so I can see what's out there, kind of thing. You know what I mean? All in one place. All right, let me stop the screen share and get y'all back to work. So have you checked out the State of JS 2021 yet? If you have, please let me know what you think. Again, take it for what it's worth. But I'll probably check out the live stream too to kind of check it out to see like what went behind the scenes and things. So, cause I know for the Orlando developers group, like they put in a lot of work to like crunch the numbers and things. So it's super serious, hard work. So shouts to everybody doing it. All right, stop screen share. I'm just sitting here talking, just blabbing now. All right, thanks again for hanging out, y'all. We're gonna send y'all off with this track by Nujabez featuring Apani B. It's called Thank You, because I want to thank y'all again for hanging out. And I have not at all in any of this did any of the clips and things. So yeah. All right, neither here nor there. Cool. Thank y'all once again for hanging out. Share my screen. I got so engrossed in just checking out the data. Cool. Here we go. Share. Oh, and if the final break session is happening, so if nobody signs up to do show and tell, we'll take a look at an artist's website and listen to some music, and maybe watch some videos. All right. So cool. Thanks again for hanging out. See y'all soon, and be easy.
But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity.